Coming to America is a cult classic film that's had a huge impact on all pop culture. With several characters returning, this Coming to America hold up. It's Coming to America good, bad, or
good and terrible.
So we rejoin Akeem 30 years later in Zamunda. His father is on his deathbed, and his father gives him the news that he has a long-lost son out there, basically, which is in Queens.
A few minutes later.
Boom, they're back in Queens. And then they visit the barbershop, which was just great, just seeing that bit of nostalgia and seeing those characters still going. I really enjoyed that part of the movie. You know, and just a revisiting a bunch of different past characters. But outside of that, this whole thing just did not work for me. I mean, it wasn't enough for me to enjoy the movie. And I really wanted to enjoy this movie, but the pacing was ridiculous. I mean, literally.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
He finds his son. And then maybe even 5 minutes after that, you know, they're already on their way back to Zamunda. I mean, the pacing of this thing was crazy, and then it just seemed, just the whole story that they were trying to tell, it just did not work with me. So what? He got Bill Cosby back in the day, and he has his child, and nobody knows anything about. You know, I mean, I just think there's so many other ways they could have pulled this off. I mean, they had the opportunity, the perfect opportunity, in my opinion, to pull this off.
Son, I know we never had to talk about this, but I always assumed that you had sex with your bathers. I know I do.
Maybe Akeem did have sex with his bathers, and maybe there was some sort of an accident, and maybe the king found out and maybe banished the woman and the child. It's still a lot better than sexual assault because there's nothing funny about sexual assault. Or they just could have just had the story just revolve around the daughter eventually being queen or the heir to the throne. It just would have been a lot easier than having to go all the way back and retread and rechange things from the past to make this story work. I mean, highlights of the show. I mean, I did enjoy Wesley Snipes, I'm not gonna lie. Leslie Jones was less irritating as normal, so I give her kudos for that. But other than that, this movie is kind of a mess. You know, another positive thing about it is that, you know, it wasn't a movie about drugs and thugs and all that other nonsense, you know, and there's plenty of good stories to be told that deal with an all African-American cast. Unfortunately, this one's not one of them. I mean, there was some funny moments just revisiting past characters that we grew up to love, but outside of that, a lot of the other jokes, they just fell flat. I mean, the next place over is called Next Door.
Aha!
Midnight Train to the Zamunda?
Aha! What do you know from funny, you bastard?
Just the overall story I just did not care about. I'm sorry. I felt like I was watching like an adult version of a Disney movie. It had that type of look and vibe and feel to it and everything. And, you know, it looked beautiful. You know, going through Zamunda. I mean, except the fake lions and the fake elephant and the fake animals running in the back. I go ahead and change my opinion on it. It visually looked great. I mean, at the end of the day, I really wanted to love this movie because Eddie Murphy is a comedic icon. He's a legend, you know, and those characters and stuff growing up back in the day, I've held dear to my heart. I'd love to hear your opinion. Please subscribe to my channel and please comment below. And I would love to hear what you have to say, and let's just have a conversation about it. I mean, I didn't like the music, the characters that they introduced, the son and all that. They were just, I don't even remember, I don't even know these people's names, nor the main characters' names or anything at this point. At the end of the day, I would not recommend this movie to anyone. And again, that's coming from someone that's a big Eddie Murphy fan. I mean, it appears that Pepsi was involved in this movie some kind of way. You could have easily edited and made a 3-minute Super Bowl commercial, and I think that would have sufficed for our needs to find out anything that was going on in Zamunda or Coming to America or Prince Hakeem. With that being said, again, please subscribe to the channel. I would love to hear your comments. If you got something that you want me to review, don't hesitate to ask. I got you. And we got reviews for Godzilla versus King Kong coming up soon, along with the Snyder Cut of Justice League. which I cannot wait to see. So until next time, make sure you be kind to one another, and I'll see you next time at Troy Hill Talks.